Hello and welcome back to Body Bags. I'm your host for Thursday, the Sinister one. And today is a random review week, so I chose to do a Stephen King adaptation, Riding the Bullet, starring David Arquette, as well as a few others, directed by Mick Garris, who is a master of horror. Has great films throughout. He works with Stephen King a lot, and um, he directs a lot of Stephen King adaptations, and him and Stephen King have this special connection. And um, Stephen King has the novel, and Mick Garris um, goes through it, and together they figure out how to do it, how to make the novel come alive. And that duo right there is just boom. When they get together and they do the film and it gets out, it's phenomenal. It's awesome. Um, you can ask for a better pair. Uh, Mick Garris is a great filmmaker. Uh, he's well known throughout the genre. Um, a lesser known director, unless you're really deep seated into the genre, then you know who Mick Garris is. But for the average person on the street, they probably were like, "Who the hell's Mick Garris?" You know. But either way, um, he's a legend, and he makes great films, and one hell of a director. He goes the distance. He really goes the distance to make the film as close as possible to the novel. So, um, yeah, enough of Mick Garris. This is Riding the Bullet, and in this adaptation, it has this college student. It takes place in the 70s during the middle of the Vietnam War, where you have the hippies, protesting peace and the end of the war, and then you have soldiers that are hiding and that are running away from the war. They don't want us to do with Vietnam, and there's a lot of you know um, protesting throughout, and so we have this guy who is an artist, and he's basically borderline hippie, but he's with the hippies. He's an artist. He has a relationship. He doesn't really know what his life, what he's got going on in his life, and he's giving up hope. His dad passed away a long time ago. His mom's on the verge of just total collapse, and she's going through her alcoholism, smoking, and it's just there's really no hope for this guy. So he even though he's a phenomenal artist in college during the Vietnam time, and his girlfriend is supposedly wants to um, go her own way, he just gives up on life and attempts suicide. It doesn't go through, and so he gets wind that his mom is in poor health, and she's in the hospital a city away, and she's near death, and um, he doesn't have that much time, so he's got these concert tickets to go to Canada to see the Beatles play, and he has to make the choice: should I go see the Beatles, or should I go see my mom in the hospital on her last days? and his friends are like, hey, let's go to the concert, and he's going through the breakup with his girlfriend. He just got out of the hospital for attempting suicide, and he just said, you know what? He made the right choice. He goes, I gotta go see my mom. Here's the tickets. Go see the Beatles in Canada, and we'll get together when we can, and I'll hitchhike to the next town to go see my mom in the hospital, because she did raise him as a single parent. Riding the Bullet was one of the things where they went to the carnival, and the roller coaster was called Riding the Bullet, and she took him there, and that was like a big thing in his life. Like, his mom was his best friend, and that was something that he really, really wanted to do as a young child, and his mom was always there for him. And so the conscience got to him, so he had to go to see his mom on his deathbed, and so he had to hitchhike. And it's kind of like a road horror type of film. You know, he starts hitchhiking, people pick him up. There's different stories, there's different scenarios throughout his adventure to get there. And of course, there's the George Straub, who drives the Christine car around. And you know, if you encounter the George Straub during your travels, it's never a good thing. So eventually, George Straub offers him a ride. He gets in, and now he's on this fucking one-way straight trip to hell. And he's like, he has to pick whether he dies or his mom dies. And he can't get out of the Christine car. He's like, well, I can't pick that. You know, I cannot say I want my mom to die, and I can't say I want myself to die. You know, I just want to go see her. And George Straub is like, no, you have to pick. Either your mom dies or you die. And the metaphor of that journey to the hospital to see his mom was just great. I think they captured that really well. I mean, Stephen King, I mean, the guy is just brilliant. He captures that. He gets your human conscience, man, and he turns it upside down, and it's a tearjerker. I mean, the end was phenomenal. I mean, the end was just like Stand By Me. If you ever seen Stand By Me, I mean, that's the same ending. And you know, you have to pick, you have to choose, and it was really good. It was a really good ending. I mean, it pretty much is, this adaptation was appreciate life. What I got out of it was appreciate life. Appreciate the time you have with your family, because it's precious. You never know when it's going to be the last. So appreciate the time you have left with your family, your loved ones, your significant other, your wife, your kids. Appreciate the time you have, because fun is fun and done is done. Thank you for watching my review. Make sure you watch everyone else's reviews this week. I'm the Sinister One, and I'll see you next time.